problems that only boys might understand, and there might be girl problems that only girls understand.
Girls are girls and guys are guys. They will disagree if they're, because guys might say one thing and a girl might say another, and those two things might not be the same, so they might end up into an argument. But if it's just girls and girls, they can talk about it and they can agree and discuss. Because when guys and girls are together, sometimes they break out into fights, but when girls and girls or guys and guys are together, they will discuss it and talk about it because they feel comfortable.
When we do the split morning meetings, it's easier to get to know one another, and we do a lot of group activities at our school, so when you have people in your group that you've already gotten to know, it makes it a little bit easier to work together with them and understand what they might be talking about.
To talk about like issues the boys are having with the girls, like if the girls are bothering the boys would talk about it, or if the boys are bothering the girls would talk about it.
Well, if a boy has a certain thing that they want to tell the rest of the boys, like if a girl does something to them, like kick them, they can tell that to the other boys to either tell a teacher to stop it or warn them that that other boys should watch out and then tell teachers.
So girls can interact with other girls and boys can interact with other boys, and they can talk about problems that that the girls have and that the boys have. So like if a girl had a problem with another boy, they wouldn't want to talk to that boy about it unless they would feel comfortable. But it's easier to talk to someone in your own gender.
Like where we could talk about bullying, because I've seen it, and I've been through it. I've stood up for myself and other people.
Sometimes girls just want to get to know each other, because if you're in the same class, you'll probably know each other really well. But if you split, then you'll learn other boys in other classes or other girls in other classes, and that could mean a friendship with them. You could get to be good friends with them from that.
Last year, the girls were hitting the boys, and the boys didn't do anything. And I think the boys would be a bit nervous to say anything if everybody combined, so they'd feel safer if the girls weren't there in that situation to say it.
I feel like the girls and the boys, they would be too self-conscious to talk about their problems in front of one another. And and when you get older, you're gonna have to learn how to deal with people that you don't really like. And during the split morning meetings, you might not really like someone, and then you can get to know them and learn about them from the meetings, and they might turn out really nice, and they might turn out one of your really good friends. I think that the split morning meetings really help because there's 3 classes, so maybe you only really get to know the people in your class. So when you do the split morning meetings, it brings out all the girls from all 5th grade, so that you guys can all talk and get to know each other. And I think that helps because we don't really have any more time to do that during recess, but then some groups go off and then you can learn new things about your friends or about people you didn't really know, and that might be good information to know in the future.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to our combined morning meeting. We're going to start off with our greeting, and just a refresher with our greeting. We're going to do a formal handshake, and the reason that we do a formal handshake is that you will use a formal handshake for the rest of your life. When you go to an interview someday, when you get older, you're going to do a formal handshake, and you want to look that person in the eye, greet them, and give them a firm but not bone-crushing handshake. We're going to do a crossover greeting. You may greet whoever you'd like to greet this morning, but you're going to look that person in the eye first, say good morning using their proper name, school name, and then that person greets you back by looking you in the eye, saying your name, and then you extend your hand. What happens if we extend our hand while we're saying good morning? Where's that person looked? Where's that person look, Landon? Yeah, he's looking at your hand. And it's not a sign of disrespect. He doesn't want to miss.
Good eye contact.
Morning, Ben. Morning, Trey.
Morning, Ryan. Good morning, Dean.
Okay, a couple observations. Still need to work on some eye contact. I know it's early in the year, but we'll keep working on that. And then extend the hand at the very end. And I like the way Van handled the situation. I forgot who was greeting him, but Grayson. If you don't know someone's name, it's okay to say, I'm sorry, I don't think that I've met. What's your name? Or, I'm sorry, I forgot your name. And it's okay. And that's an appropriate way to handle that. So, Dan, I like the way that you handled that situation. Okay, we're going to do a quick greet. You may have done this back in your own class at morning meeting, but we're going to do it with just the guys. I don't want a story. I just want the one thing that is most memorable about camp or your favorite thing at camp, but I don't want a story. I just want to hear what the one really memorable thing or one favorite thing was about camp. And it could be anything from zip lining to the rock wall to spaghetti night and mustaches to bunk beds, or like dad snoring all night, or whatever your most memorable or favorite part of camp was. So have something in mind, because we're just going to go boom, boom, boom really quick. Let's start with Mitch. Okay. Andrew. Okay. Okay. I didn't see that. Before we get to our activity, we'll always try to bring up some sort of issue. Sometimes it's exclusive to just boys, and the girls are doing something exclusive to just girls. And then sometimes it's for the common good. It's for everyone's benefit. And it's an observation that the fifth grade teachers and I have made. And it's something that we kind of discuss every year with fifth graders, but it's kind of a politeness thing. You guys all know about the please and thank you, but another politeness thing is if you see two people, but specifically two adults, maybe two teachers in the hallway, who are in a conversation, the polite thing to do would be to walk around them. And if you cannot walk around them, the polite thing would be to do is to say, excuse me, and then you can go through. But I've seen kids just racing right between two adults having a conversation, and it's rude. And again, you guys are the fifth graders, and you need to set the example for every other grade at Bingham Farms. We're going to do an activity, and the activity is poison dart frog.
Yes.
Landon, any guesses? Carson. Okay. No? Second guess? No, it wasn't all. It was
Mason!
Good job, guys. Everybody back up.
Being those character traits, it's like the only thing being the best is to show what we're gonna do and what to do and what not to do. Being the best you can be, not being mean, no
bullying and stuff.
Right? And maybe being your Bingham best is doing what you need to do when people aren't watching, right? Not just when people are watching, but when people are not watching for it. So let's start off this morning by doing a little greeting to one another, because we didn't get to do that last time, okay? And then we're going to do a little bit of an activity for the next 15 minutes. So who would like to start? Let's see. Let's do Jalia. All right, you can pick a handshake or some sort of greeting, and we'll go all the way around the circle.
Good morning, Good morning, Good morning, Good morning, Ryan. Good morning, Shelby. Good morning, Lily. Good morning. Good morning, Shelby. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Francesca. Good morning, Dahlia.
Good job, you guys. Everybody knows each other's names, which it's going to take me a little bit of time to get to know all of you guys. I know a few of you here and there, but you guys all remember my name, right? Yeah, what is it? Perfect. All right, you guys are lucky. You don't have to remember what. But, so the purpose of some of our girls' meetings that we're going to do this year, we're going to try to get to know each other even better. Okay? And one way we're going to do that is by playing games and doing little activities. And the one activity or game that we're going to do today is a game called Have You Ever? What happens is we're going to have one person stand in the middle, okay? And they're going to say something about like, have you ever jumped out of an airplane, right? Probably not many of you have done that, right? So those of you that have done that, I want you to stand up, and you have to try to find another spot in the circle to sit back down. You can't sit to the right next to you. You have to find another spot in the circle.
Yeah, we played that in our class. It's like my neighbor.
Yeah. Okay. So, and whoever is last, whoever can't find a spot, they're the next person in the middle. Okay. So we'll work it out as we go. Okay. So what I want you guys to do is, as we're playing this game, I want you to think about or look at some of your friends in the class. I want you to be able to remember and tell me one thing that you didn't know about somebody. Okay? One thing that you learned about a friend in your class. Maybe not your best friend, but somebody that's in this group.
What? Yeah, but I had to get. Have you ever got braces?
Got braces. Braces.
Wait, braces. Can I see your braces?
Find a spot. Somebody's school jumper.
Can you say braces?
Okay. So, Ella's next.
Have you ever been to Texas?
Ooh, good one. Texas. Lots of you have been to Texas. How many of you learned something new about somebody in this class? Or about yourself. That's even actually, yeah. Okay, so who wants to share something that they've learned about somebody else that they didn't know before? Tiffany, what did you learn about, and who did you learn it about?
Okay, I learned that Naya does a lot of wacky stuff.
That Naya does a lot of wacky
She's
stuff?
jumped off a plane, and she's almost been exploded.
Let's see, Rachel, who did you learn about, and what did you learn about?
I thought I was the only person who had braces in 5th grade.
You thought you were the only person that did? Right? And how many other people do you think might have had have braces?
I thought 0 before.
You thought 0? Okay. And how did that make you feel? When you find out that other people have something that you have or that's related to you, how does that make you feel?
Like they're my friend.
Yeah, like you're kind of connected to them in some way, right?